What do video game assets and stress have in common? Well, they both pile up the more you advance in your game dev project. No, but really. Here's everything I've learned so far concerning assets. Hello and welcome to the Beyond Sapiens Exploration Devlog, where in the span of 8 short months, we're going from this idea all the way to a finished video game. Let's get to it. Alongside gameplay ability, story, and the other main functions of your game, assets are one of the most important parts of a successful game. Now, there's multiple ways of going about it when it comes to assets. You can make your own assets, which is remarkable. It's really good. Making your own assets could actually make a difference between a unique game and a game that has no identity whatsoever. However, bear in mind that making all of the assets for your video game could take a considerable amount of time. Now, of course, if you're very good at modeling, making 3D assets, whether it be for games, visual effects, and so on, do go on and do it. But if you're someone like me, with no modeling experience, or no 3D software experience, or well, little 3D software experience.
What do I do now? I've been drummed out of my profession. I'm a disgrace.
Then in that case, it might just be a good idea to use assets that are already made in various asset libraries. For Unreal Engine users such as myself, Megascans, comes to mind, Quixel Megascans, Quixel Bridge. There are 16,000 something assets, almost 17,000 assets in the Quixel library. What you could do, which is really good, is remixing your assets. What does that mean? Well, on one hand, it could mean that you're taking the assets and putting them into a 3D software and then just messing them up a little bit. This tree, well, it could have different types of leaves. This piece of rock, it could have different colors or different crystals, things that you can do relatively easily in a 3D modeling software without having to have 1 year or 2 years experience doing it for it to look good. Even someone with, let's say, a few months of experience could make one of these assets look good. Give it your own feeling, the feeling of your own game, give it that vibe. Another option for all of you Quixel Bridge users out there is to use Mixer. Mixer allows you to change textures, to add decals, or well, atlases as they're called now, imperfections and so on. Make your assets your own. The biggest lesson for me was to make these assets your own. Everything that you're using in your game, just the same way we've talked about inventory, this applies to assets too. You've got to make them your own. You've got to involve them into your game. To sum it all up, what has really been important to me, what I've really learned in this journey so far, is that, one, you don't need to make all of the assets in your game, unless that's your thing, unless you like that, unless that is one of the selling points of your game, that it has a completely unique vibe that you can't find anywhere else. Two, give assets your feel, make them your own. Small, subtle changes. It could even be the way you place an asset into a world. For instance, this asset normally is face up, but for this game I've just decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to put it face down and then put that little lantern thing on top. There you go. I haven't made these assets, but I managed to give them a bit of a unique feel. I've added also that little bit of a fire there on top of it. And you see, there you go, from having a basic asset from Megascans that everyone has access to, making it into something that belongs in my world, in the world that I'm creating. Thank you for watching, and join me in the next video where we'll be going over finishing games and why finishing is oh so important.